Hey there, I'm CJ Miller. I'm in my apartment in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'll get into bed pretty soon, a couple of hours, whatever. But yeah, I was out late. It's about 12:30, so for me it's still early. But yeah, I was at a show at the Strand Theater. It was Ben Folds, and I had a friend with me, and it was kind of cool. It was, what can I say? For a prestigious theater like the Strand Theater, uh, some of the patrons uh, basically have no um, how can I say it? Um, it no class. I'm not a classist, but when um, when the most collegiate among us show up and kind of like act a little trashy, regardless of how they look, getting real close in proximity. I'll tell you, I was with someone, and during the break in the show, uh, like someone came over to talk to the people seated in the row behind us, and instead of going to their row to talk to them, they decided to walk into the row where we were, lean over my friend, like he's here, and I mean like just right in such a place where her she was just way too close, and it was a little unnervy, and I would have been like, if it were me, I would have had to get her out of my space. Like, I would have been like, would you mind maybe going to talk to your friend, like on their row, or moving over, just getting the hell away from my head with your sleeveless armpit? I just, you know, I don't know how he dealt with it. My friend, dealt with it like a trooper, but he was not happy about it. Um, but other than that, other than dealing with people sometimes, uh, but yeah, that's not, you know, it's that's I don't know, pretty trashy, to do that, and you're and these are like, I don't know, they all looked well dressed, and they all looked okay and everything like that, and the poor husband, or the guy that was with her, seemed so thoroughly embarrassed to be with her. Like he was uh, about as yuppie as he could get, but just seemed, like standing by and just kind of like, and it's, walk up to someone and start talking, because you see someone out that and you want to walk over and start talking and making small talk and everything. You don't have to lean over perfect strangers. That's some trashiness. But aside from that, it was a good show. Ben Folds, and it was the paper airplane request. I didn't make any requests because everybody was going to request the best music anyway. And he wasn't doing anything from his Ben Folds 5 days, Uh, and of course, why would he? I mean, that was a separate endeavor. Some people will do that, and then some people, once they move on and they start another leg of their career or something like that, maybe they leave the old behind or something like that. He didn't really do too much, uh, uh, maybe, but one or two things, but uh, yeah. But he was a great guy. When you see the clips that I'm going to post of the concert, and when you see them, you'll be like, "Oh, I get it." It's like, like, because he really knew how to work the audience, and work with them and everything. And of course, his opening act was good, and he was playful. There was a playful banter where she was doing part of her opening act, and he came out and like guest pianoed on some of what she was doing, and then she came out during his show and did a Christmas song. It was so funny. Yeah, because he was like, "Hey, she's Jewish, but she did the Christmas song or whatever." So I think I got that. And what I did was I just was holding my device in my hand and recording, and then of course I recorded until the battery was kind of going down, and then yeah, and that's it. So at one point, it's going to be like you'll be like right in the middle, and I think in the longest part of the video that I'm doing or something. I don't know. At some point, my phone crashed, but it was towards the end of the concert, so I get a good bit of it. So if you guys like Ben Folds, it's great. It's basically anybody who could sit on stage with the piano, one man, one person, uh, and captivate a large audience and hold them and keep banter with them and go back and forth and everything. Uh, and he was really engaging with the audience and the audience engaging with him. And that was kind of great. Like I said, the only downside is these one or two, uh, you know, uh, there's always some people who just don't have good manners in public, and your good manners shouldn't stop just because you're like, this is Strand Theater. This isn't like everybody. I didn't dress like this. Put it like this. I had on a coat and tie, and most people did. It was an adult contemporary show versus a uh, rock, uh, or even kicking up your heels country music or something like that. It was a more scaled down, mellow kind of thing. So that being the case, uh, you know, be accordingly. Don't be trashy. So you tell that's kind of my pet peeve because it kind of did sort of put a damper on the mood that sort of carried on through the rest of the evening because it was like, yeah, yeah. Now my friends got uh, uh, you know, got to deal with that kind of shit. And I'd worry about my friend, like uh, his feels and everything like that. Because I'm like, hey, this is kind of like my gig. I brought, so I care about that, uh, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Uh, and if you most of the time it's not like that, but it's like you try to get people to get them encouraged to maybe come out and do things like maybe come out and hear some live music or a concert or something like that. But then you have somebody who acts like uh, completely uncouth, regardless of how she's dressed. And she was dressed well enough, but just uncouth at all. And I felt really sorry for that guy that was with her, dressed in a nice little button-up plaid shirts, short sleeves, slacks, and it's like great. But now you've got this tacky bitch, that he probably didn't know what to do with. It was just, whatever. Anyway, that's me. That's me. I did my venting on that, and I held that in uh, a lot because I didn't want to. I didn't want to vent, and I didn't want to escalate the things that were going on with my other friend. That's tragic. If it were me and I was in that seat, I simply would have told her. I would have given her some eye contact, and I would have asked her, "Hey, could you please back up a little bit? This isn't even your seat." And I mean, it would have been like, "Hey, it's not such a bad. If you were sitting down or something, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But you're standing up and you're leaning over me with your bare armpit, and it's fucking disgusting. You're trashy." I wouldn't have said it like that, but those were the thoughts that I had. And, whatever. But now that I've said it, I'm able to let it go. And at the end of this video, then, well, I don't know. Laugh with me if you want to. But this was not like a bar setting. This was not like an actual rock concert. We weren't in a mosh pit or anything like that. We expect people to fucking have some sort of decency. It's basically stage shows. Like if you go to see like a one or two act play or something like that. That's basically what this is. They would play the song, they'd give the anecdote behind the song, and they'd get back to it. Won't people have a good time? But uh, the behavior basically was vulgar. Really, that's garish, over the top. It's like, vulgarity is not typically that word vulgar, it's about like, oh my god, someone's being like overly sexual. They're talking perverted like I would no. Sometimes it's just about behavior. Sometimes it's just about behavior. It's not even about what you say. It's about the just a lack of respect. Vulgarity to me is the ultimate lack of respect for other people. Just displaying that in those attitudes. Yeah, but whatever. And then we came home, and then I made. Actually, we went out and we uh, had a drink. And then we came home. I made some chicken and some noodles, and basically, it's yeah. Might stand by when I need something fast. I had some chicken thought. I had a basically, um, yeah. So, uh, uh, see, the show was good. The show was great. And when I show it, you'll see. Oh, it's a great show. Good. What's so funny? We start out. It was weird. I think this kind of is what it is. We went to the Strand Theater. I got my tickets from Will Call. We went to claim our seats, and this old lady usher came over to us with, I don't know, a dye job that's way too dark for her old age, and the most Joyce Meyer hairdo you will have seen since you will have ever seen Joyce Meyer, that televangelist on TV. So it was like whatever, and she's like, "Oh no, no, you're not here. You're in this section over here." So she moves us from center on our road to center to a section off to the side, and I guess I was like, okay, well, I didn't quite know what was going on. That's not where I selected, but it wasn't that far. It was like watching it from the. I'll post that little clip. I started to post a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then the lady comes up later and kind of taps us on the shoulder. She's like, "I'm sorry, we need to see your ticket," and blah blah blah. Basically, she had us sitting in a section that was reserved for uh, Anika Bank or something like that, whatever. And I guess they had like their own section at the theater, whatever, which was fine because where we went to, um, was uh, where we went to eventually was like right where we wanted, which was balcony center, second row, and it was right where it was one row, and I was like, okay, this is more like what I would select. This is my typical place where I like to be, kind of middle of the room kind of thing. But it was so weird because it was like, my God, these people, I think that's maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with people. They just forgot how to be people. Hmm. But anyway, the usher asked us, would we come out and see the manager? And then she talked with us as we were going about, hey, where did you get your tickets? Where'd you buy your tickets? And it's like, what? I bought them where everybody buys them. I bought them from the Strand uh, website online. That's where everybody, and she was, I guess in her little mind making a case of, did we double book or buy scam tickets or something like that? And that's not the case. She literally had us sitting in the wrong section. The usher read the tickets wrong. But this was so weird because we show the tickets, get directed to where we're going to go. We get stopped by another usher who tells us, no, we need to go to the upper balcony. And I'm like, no, no, no. And then on the way to the upper balcony, we get stopped by an usher who tells us, oh, no, you're row 6. You're down, And so basically, it was just a whole bunch of poor management at the Strand Theater. And I guess a lot of people there, they must be new because they don't know what they're doing as far as like ushering, and they were basically uh, not doing such a hot job. If it were like one person making a mistake, one usher making a mistake, uh, then you could write it off as maybe someone's kind of new on their job. But when so many different people make so many different mistakes, um, in as far as ushering, then it's really just poor management, and there's nothing more to be said about that. But it was a fun time, aside from just some stupid people. And you expect to go out and have a good time, especially, and not expect a lot of bullshit, but just to find out, oh my God, these people are stupid. So, um, it's a Strand Theater. the management there sucks. Their review of the Strand Theater will not be so lovely, but the show itself, wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna stop venting. I'm gonna post this video and then I'll post the show after. And you say, "Oh, this is good fun," but oh my god, I mean, yeah.